All right, this is a cartoon about my strawberry frappuccino, the video of which is going viral. Everybody's asking, well, but how was it? Because I talked a lot about the making of it, and it was just that on the counter. So here is the story of what it tasted like. First of all, here's what it looks like. Um, it is big. I got the 30-ounce one. You can watch the video, so you'll learn all about that. But it was massive, and then I guess in relation to my head, probably about the same size as my head. And there was the lid on it. Anyways, you guys want to know what it tasted like. So here is me drinking it. Um, I drank it in the store because I was enjoying talking to the barista. The barista was named Jessica. There was two other girls there, and I think actually one of them is the one who made it. No, I guess Jessica's the one who made it. Yeah, because I was dealing with the other at the cash. There's the cash machine, and I used my Starbucks card. I actually had a number of cards on my app, and each one, like one, I only had like $3, and then another had like eight. And so I said, "Can I use part of it on the one just to clear off the card, and then use the rest?" And she's like, "Yes, we can do that." So we did that, and then there was another girl. I don't know if she was involved in the whole process, but then Jessica made it, and then somehow I talked about where Jessica used to work, and I'll let her talk about that if I go back and interview her. But she did talk about how she's an artist, and I said, "Oh, I want to do NFTs. I want to make some characters and sell those." And she's like, "Oh, she doesn't like NFTs because they're bad for the environment, because they use a lot of energy." Anyways, so she made my drink, and she had to put a lid on it, but she didn't have any of the dome cups or lids left, so it couldn't take in all the whipped cream, so it had to just flatten it down. And then she gave me the little pop cup with extra whipped cream, and I said, "Could I get a spoon?" And or maybe she asked if I wanted a spoon. I can't remember, but I know I wanted a spoon because how else was I? Oh, and that's right. And I was gonna say, yeah, because I can't fit my snout into the pop cup. And then she she started talking during that. Why is the phone ringing? This is interrupting in my video. Anyways, so what did it taste like? Yeah, so I stood there still talking to her about NFTs and art and all of that, and I told her about a good podcast she could listen to about NFTs, and then I was drinking it. So I think I took the lid off because it seemed weird to be standing there with the lid on and then just putting the straw through the little hole. Uh, but I was still using the straw because that was nice. And anyways, it was good because she said, because I was telling her like I was on the keto diet before, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't going to be keto." She's like, "Well, it's almost keto because it's like whole milk and sugar." I said, "Well, the sugar isn't keto," but she said the whole milk would be. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, it was good. Like I don't know how much real strawberries in there. I could see at the bottom there was a bit of like strawberry. What did she call it? It's like strawberry gel or something. I don't know what they use in there. Um, but there was a bit of that still that I was able to stir at the end into it. So that was kind of fun to like make it blend to go into the whole pink thing, and and then towards the end I still had extra whipped cream left. I thought I should. It only occurs to me now that I should have been spooning the cream into the cup during the drinking of the process, but I kind of saved it to the end, so I had sort of something to spoon at the end. Anyway, so I was at the Starbucks because it was open till 8:30. I googled it earlier, and it said it was open till 8. But she said, yeah, that's the old hours. They're open later now. Because I was at another coffee shop earlier, and I got a matcha latte with a pretty leaf. I posted a video of that, I think. And then I still didn't want to just go home. I was like, "Oh, I'll be lonely. I want to find a coffee shop that's still open." And this was the only one. And it was like 7:59, and I was standing outside the door, and I'm like, "Should I go in? I don't know." And then I decided just to go in, and I did, and then but they didn't seem like they were packing up or whatever. They're just sort of hanging out, and I said, "What time do you close?" And they're like, "Oh, 8:30." I'm like, "Oh, all right." Um, but then I left, but then I decided to go back in because I'm like, you know what? Even though it's only 20 minutes, I'll just come in, and I'm glad I did because then I got the delicious drink. Um, so yeah, so it wasn't too sweet. It was nice and filling. Cause yeah, I got the 30-ounce one, And I don't know, that seemed a bit ridiculous, but I said, you know what, if I'm going to do this, if she's saying it's really good, I'll just get the big one. And it was nice because sometimes if you have a smaller drink, you're like, oh, you can't really enjoy it because you're like, every sip might be my last. But this one I was feeling like, no, there's always more coming, especially with the pup cup of whipped cream. I was like, it's going to be filling. And then, yeah, I think when I left, I walked down the sidewalk and I was still drinking it because they were closing up. But how was it? Yeah, it's not hot. It's like, and there's no caffeine, and it was nice and sweet. She said basically it's like a milkshake. And this is what a milkshake would look like in a metal cup, you know, and then you'd have the whipped cream and whatever. So it was kind of like that. And she was saying like she's a professional, like she used to work at a place that, like she studied coffee beans and stuff, and you know, so this isn't involved in the frappuccino, but yeah, it's kind of like a sweet dessert. Anyways, you guys were wondering how it was, and that's how it was, and I hope you liked my little drawing of it. Oh, yeah, I hope everything fit in the screen here. Okay, bye for now.